This is your boy, Juggernaut097, bringing you guys another video today. Today I'm going to be doing my TNA Impact review for April 12th, 2016. And yes, I'm a little late with this review, but April is actually a pretty busy month for me because we got a lot of stuff going on in sports right now. We got the Stanley Cup playoffs going on right now, which, my Chicago Blackhawks, they had their first game in the Stanley Cup playoffs last night, which they lost to the St. Louis Blues. So, which kind of sucked. But you know what? They're going to come back from this loss. They are going to. I see them winning the Stanley Cup, but we're not talking about hockey right now. And also, we got MLB is back. Watching a lot of my White Sox and my Cubs. MLB back. Then we got the NBA playoffs. Coming up on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's Saturday. So that's going to be good to watch. I mean, we just got a lot of stuff going on in sports right now. Just a lot of things going on. So I really haven't been able to watch TNA lately. And, I don't have the TNA. I don't have Pop TV, so that's why this is a little late. So, but nonetheless, I am here to review TNA Impact for April 12th, 2016. And, pretty much this show revolved around the Hardys, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, pretty much set up a match for next week, like it says in the title. But like I said, let's just go ahead and get started with this review. So first off, Matt Hardy, Rebby, and, pretty much the whole Matt Hardy brand come out, pretty much saying how he's iconic. And then, how he says Jeff Hardy is tarnishing his good name of the Hardys. And then pretty much calls out Jeff Hardy. And they pretty much, they said, they're going to fight for the name of next week. They're going to fight for the name of pretty much the Hardy brand, pretty much, who deserves it. And, it's like we've seen this before in WWE. So it's really nothing new here. And sibling rivalries, we've seen this so much before. So, I mean, I don't understand why this is this isn't really anything new. And then why isn't Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy's dad during this? I mean, in this segment here, because they should just get him here because sibling rivalry. Just make them go over into separate corners. You guys are bad. Quit being bickering and stuff. But yeah, pretty much that was that. It was an alright segment. Pretty much, like I said, next week they're going to be doing the match. But the first match we get kicked off with was Tag Team Titles Open Challenge match. We have Beer Money defend titles against pretty much the whole TNA roster, the whole TNA Tag Team roster came out. We had DK come out. We had the Bromans, and then we had Eric Young and Bram. This was a very, very chaotic match. It was a solid match also. But the winners of the match were Beer Money. When Eric Young and Bram, they pretty much have some miscommunication with each other. So, I mean, this was a solid match, and looks like maybe Eric Young and Bram, maybe they could be teasing a split up between them. Who knows? But it was a solid match, and who knows who Beer Money is going to be losing? Who knows who Beer Money is going to be losing titles to? Because Bobby Roode isn't in TNA anymore. So I'm maybe thinking that they might lose it to Decay. Maybe I'm hoping that they lose it to the Decay because the Decay. They've been growing on me these last few weeks. I've been watching TNA again. So yeah, but this was a solid match, and I enjoyed it for what it was. And then next we had a backstage segment with Jeff Hardy, and he's back there with Matt Hardy. Pretty much, if Matt Hardy win, well, pretty much they're saying, if Matt Hardy, they're going to be doing that tag team match tonight, and Jeff Hardy gets to pick someone of his choosing, and then Matt Hardy's picking Tyrus of his choosing. And if Matt Hardy wins the match tonight, then he's going to be picking an I Quit match. And then Jeff proposes, like I said, a tag team match tonight. And if Jeff wins, he's going to be. If Jeff wins the match tonight, then they'll be doing a Full Metal Mayhem next week. So yeah, very interesting there. It's going to be very chaotic next week. Very, very chaotic. It's going to be a full course collision, I guess. Yeah, but yeah. But then after that, we saw Eddie Edwards backstage. He was getting attacked by supposedly Trevor Lee, and Shane Helms or Gregory Helms. So yeah, that was that. And then next we have Maria Kanellis Bennett come out. Did I say that name right? I think I did. I think I did say that name right. Don't correct me if I'm wrong there, but we had her come out. She comes out to the ring and proclaims the new genius of the Knockouts division, and she pretty much announced, brought out the new Knockouts champion Jade, and then Maria claims, to have she's done so much for the division, and then she pretty much tells Jade to do the right thing, hand over the title. And then Jay goes like, no, I'm not handing over the title because, you should put in the work. And then the former champion, Gail Kim, came out and she pretty much, called her, Gail Kim called Maria Kanellis a bitch and pretty much tells her, she wants a rematch and pretty much yada, 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 all that crap. And then we had, the Dollhouse, the rest of the Dollhouse come out, we had Rebby Scott. Wait, we had Rebel. Sorry, I said that wrong there. We had Rebel and Marty Bell come out. Pretty much said that pretty much said that they still run the Knockouts division, yada yada yada, all that crap. And then we had who else came out during this? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, then we had Velvet Sky and Madison Rain come out, pretty much said that they're the OG of the Knockouts division, and Rain claims that she is the queen bee of this division. And pretty much we had a whole bunch of arguments during this. And then Billy Corgan came out, why not? Why not just have Billy Corgan come out, pretty much settle this, because he's the guy, he's like the authority guy around this company, he's like the Vince McMahon around this company. But he comes out pretty much, and also Maria, she tries to, kiss Billy Corgan's ass during this. Pretty much, she just tries to kiss his ass. But he says later on tonight, there's going to be a title defense. Jade is going to be defending her Knockouts championship against Madison Rain. And also next week, we're going to begin a ladder match for control of the Knockouts. So that is very interesting there. I have to give props to TNA because they're doing stuff, like that. Some companies aren't doing with their women's divisions and stuff, which I have to give TNA props for doing stuff, outgoing, which I like that. They do stuff that you don't see anywhere else sometimes. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this, and I like the stuff that they're doing with Maria Kanellis and Soul Knockouts division, which it's kind of still a little bit confusing, like who's really running this Knockouts division, but we're going to see who's going to be running it next week. But yeah. And then next we had Shane Helms. He came out and cut a promo saying Lee was ready to defeat Eddie Edwards tonight, but he's apparently hurt. And he then said no one had the balls to pretty much go against Trevor Lee. And then DJZ comes out, and then we get DJZ versus Trevor Lee, but it was not for the X Division Championship. But this was a decent match for what it was. DJZ would actually get to win by a roll-up on Trevor Lee. So, like I said, this was an all-right match. And, I bet DJ, if he was here right now, he would be going like, yeah, roll-up. He loves roll-ups. I mean, that's his favorite move in professional wrestling, roll-ups. So it's a great move. But after this match, Trevor Lee was pretty much getting ready to go after DJZ, and then Eddie Edwards came out, which I thought was apparently hurt, which, he wasn't selling it very much, which I hate when someone gets attacked and they don't really sell very much. I hate that in wrestling. Sometimes there's no continuity in wrestling. I'm serious, there isn't really a whole lot sometimes, but, this was, like I said, a decent match, and next week, there's going to be a triple threat match for the X Division Championship. We have Trevor Lee defending the title against DJZ and Eddie Edwards. So that is going to be very interesting to see. Which I like how they do these week build-ups to matches because we don't have pay-per-views like I said in past TNA reviews. So yeah, but that was that segment in which I enjoyed it. And then next we had Bennett. He gave good. He did a good backstage promo. Pretty much hyping the match with EC3. So I really enjoy Mike Bennett. I really enjoy his promos, all this stuff. He's really great on Mike. So I just like the whole promo feel he did backstage, but that was good. And then next we had Jeff Hardy cutting a promo about tonight's tag team match, and he pretty much says he has to win, and so he locked in the perfect partner, and then TNA World Heavyweight Champion Drew Galloway shows up. So it's gonna be Drew Galloway and Jeff Hardy tagging against Matt Hardy and Tyrus tonight. So in the main event. So yeah. And then next we had EC3 versus Mike Bennett and with Maria Kanellis. This was a very, very good match. I really was enjoying this. I really wanted to see more of this. This is a pay-per-view worthy match. I just wanted to go forget the TV deal. All that crap stuff. Forget all that. This keep this match going on. I just wanted to see more of this match keep going. They came out, they fought before the match started. It was really good. I liked that. I really enjoyed it. But the winner of the match was Mike Bennett. He wins via DQ, which I really enjoyed this, and I really want to see more from EC3 and Mike Bennett coming in the future, which I think they're going to be continuing this rivalry, which I like. So I'm really, really enjoying this rivalry that they're doing here. But yeah, like I said, really enjoyed this. And then next we had Al Snow. Pretty much, he's coming out. Oh wait, no, sorry, I skipped over something. Then we get highlights of Al Snow breaking Grado's arm, supposedly breaking Grado's arm, and he spoke about his suspension and said that he will go to the ring to apologize to Shira. And then now we have Al Snow, pretty much comes out and pretty much for his apology, which we know how apologies end in professional wrestling. It's just like a contract sign. Things do not end good, and things do not end good with an apology either in professional wrestling. But Shira comes out, he pretty much, he was like, okay, pretty much. Al Snow puts his hands on him at first, but then takes his hands off him. He goes pretty much, is apologizing and stuff. But then Al Snow attacks Shira from behind again. So this stuff with Al Snow is, I kind of like the stuff that Al Snow is doing here. Pretty much, he's being kind of like an authority figure, because he runs backstage stuff that goes on back there in TNA. So I actually really enjoyed this thing that they did. And man, whatever Al Snow is doing, he's doing great, because those biceps are so freaking huge. I want to do what Al Snow was doing, because man, his workout is very, very, very good. So yeah, props to Al Snow, for his workout. But yeah, moving on. Next, we had Tyrus, threatening Galloway's backstage. Galloway said he's doing the right thing for Jeff Hardy and the people. Galloway says he doesn't hide behind bodyguards and Tyrus said maybe he should be, because good things happen to good people, and he has a title shot anytime he wants. So yeah, that was that. And then after the break, Al Snow, he doesn't have to answer to anyone for apologies. Oh yeah, whatever. Not gonna talk about that anymore. And then next we had the Knockouts title match. Jay was defending the Knockouts title against Madison Rayne. This was a pretty decent match. I can't really remember the winner off the top of my head, because I watched this earlier today, but I think it was. Oh, Jade successfully retained her title via pinfall, which I don't remember how she pretty much retained her title, but I know she won the title. She retained her title, sorry. But yeah, decent match for what it was. Really nothing special. Which I'm more looking forward to the Knockouts match next week in that ladder match. Which, like I said, you don't really see in different companies. You don't really see you see women's in the ladder match, which is really awesome. But I think I said that correctly. Did I say that correctly? I did. Yeah, I did say that correctly. But yeah. Then we had the main event. We had Matt Hardy and Tyrus versus Drew Galloway and Jeff Hardy. Very, very chaotic, and with these tag team matches in TNA, like crazy stuff. We had not a lot of crazy chaotic stuff going down in this match, which I really enjoyed. But the more chaotic thing, Reby came out. Matt Hardy's wife came out with a hammer and pretty much hit Jeff Hardy on his throat with the hammer to win the match. So the winners of the match were Matt Hardy and Tyrus. So next week we will be getting Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy in an I Quit match, which, we saw this match in 2009. We saw an I Quit match between these two in 2009 in Backlash, which I'm going to be reviewing that later on this month, because during the month of April, I'm going to be reviewing every Backlash in the history of WWE. So stay tuned for those, which I'm probably might start tomorrow with those. I don't know yet. I just need to start getting those out there because I'm a little behind, because, earlier this month I had my whole internet go out, but we're not talking about that. But back onto this, like I said, Matt Hardy and Tyrus won, like very chaotic, which like I said, I like the stuff that they're doing, with these tag team matches, and pretty much this match was pretty much based around, like big names, like when you have separate names like big stars, that's what really makes the match sometimes, like just for the names being in this match, because just the big names alone, like, draws my attention to it. But like I said, Matt Hardy and Tyrus won the match, very chaotic. Like I said, a lot of the show was very chaotic between Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. But after the match, we had Bobby Lashley. Lashley came out, and he gave Drew Galloway a spear once. Oh, he gave him the spear twice. Not twice. He gave him it 3 times. He gave him the spear 3 times and held up the TNA World Heavyweight Championship to end the show. So it looks like we're going to be getting Drew Galloway versus Lashley down the road. So that is very, very interesting to see. That's going to be very interesting to see. So, yeah, I mean, TNA this week was, pretty decent. Pretty much the main stuff, like I said, was Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, pretty much set up the match for next week, which, I have to say is a good show, because they did what they needed to do. And there's a lot of stuff for next week, because next week, like I said, we get the Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy and I Quit match. We get the Knockouts fight in a ladder match for Control Division. We get Trevor Lee defends the X Division Championship against Eddie Edwards and DJZ. We got 3 matches announced for next week. But like I said, TNA, they love to set up matches in a week in advance, which I actually really enjoyed it. And maybe Beerman is going to be defending the titles again next week, probably. Who knows when they're going to be losing it? Probably, maybe next week they might lose the titles. I don't know, but they're going to be losing it in these next maybe couple weeks. Maybe not next week, but maybe the week after that. Who knows when they lose them? But yeah. But that was the end of my review, and I got my NXT review coming up, so stay tuned for that. That'll be probably after this video, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at TheTrueJSB. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, all that good jazz. All my links will be down below. And if this is your first time ever checking out one of my videos, please smash that subscribe button. It's one little subscribe. That's all it takes. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. And Juggernaut saying, peace out. Catch you guys in my next video. And thank you for joining into my video, guys. For all my viewers, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in my next video, like I said. So peace out.